Hello friends and welcome to my YouTube channel Increase Knowledge. As we all know that for a job interview we have to create resume on demand of interviewer. Basically before face-to-face interview an employer wants to meet the candidates on paper to use it as a screening tool for interview. That's why it is very important that candidate has to create resume very carefully and attractively so that he or she become unique in the eye of interviewer. And in this video I'm going to discuss about do's and don'ts while creating CV or resume. First of all, we have to understand that which term we should use as a heading of our resume. Everybody who is preparing for interview heard these terms like CV, resume or biodata. Now here I am going to tell you about the difference between these terms. So now first term is curriculum vitae or CV. Actually it is basically related to the fresher candidate who are going to apply for a job. As the term curriculum itself describes that the course component of the academic studies. So a candidate who have only academic related information and does not have any kind of work experience should use the term CV as its heading, and they should describe in detail about their academic achievement. On the contrary, the term resume should use by those candidates who have some real kind of work experience, and they should highlight their roles and responsibility and achievements as an employee. At last, the term biodata is offering only the personal detail of a person. In India, biodata word is used by some person applying for government job where one has to submit descriptive essay, but in international market or context, biodata word is restricted for using any kind of job. Now, I will discuss about what kind of content we should include in resume, and here are few elements of resume which you can see it on the screen. Now, first come heading. Actually, it is the most top part of resume, and in this part, candidates should mention their name, postal address, contact details, email ID, fax number if candidate have, and their passport size photograph. Next come position sort. In this section, candidate should mention the job position title he or she is applying for. Usually, many organization or institution advertise many job position simultaneously, and if the candidate is applying for job in response of company's advertisement, so it would be beneficial for both sides to select accordingly. But conversely, if candidate is applying for unsolicited application, then this section is not applicable, and let interviewer decide what about the job position. Now, another element is career objective, and it is the most important part of the resume because through this portion, interviewer will analyze the candidate's vision about their career. So it should be drafted very cautiously and keeping in view the requirement of the advertiser. If it is an unsolicited application, then career objective should reflect the strongest traits of candidate's personality. Candidates should also prepare themselves to answer related question from it at the time of interview. And I would also notify you that never make tall claims or lofty ambitions in your career objective, otherwise it will reflect your arrogant attitude. Now, next comes work experience. This section is not applicable for fresher candidate. It only includes relevant or real work experience. If I mention real work experience, it means a person is hired by some company as an employee and then has some work experience. As a student, if you are doing any kind of academic internship program in any company, it would not include it in real working experience, but it should include in the professional academic record. And it should be drafted very carefully, because most of companies cross verify through your given information about your past candidature. In this section, candidate must include about their past employer's name, organization's name, period of working, as should highlight the job roles and responsibility in the activities of the organization, also show their quality of willingness to learn and the ability to interact with all kind of people, and so on, the quality of related to the work experience. Next element is educational qualification. Now we can categorize it into two subsection. First is professional qualification and the second one is academic qualification. And it should mention in reverse chronological order. It means it should start from the most recent qualification to the earliest degree or diploma you have passed. Also, candidate must keep information as short as possible, and you can include the information regarding course name, institution's name, board or university name, year of passing, and about the percentage you have got. Next, you should add the detail of academic internship projects, and in this section you must mention project title, organization name where you have done the training, year of training, duration of training period, as well as the brief detail about the project. Now, next thing you should add about the detail regarding workshop, seminars and conferences if candidate have attended, and you can include the title of the workshop, seminars or conferences, also the date and city where and when you have attended, as well about the institution or organization name, as well as about the publication name. Next comes special skills, and while drafting this you must be extra careful and you should select only those skills and aptitude which have direct link with the targeted job, because recruiter often have limited time when reviewing resume, and so it is best to keep your skill section specific and concise. Next, candidates should add the details about their achievements and awards or any other certificates of proficiencies that candidate have achieved. It's very important because it shows that the applicant is an achiever kind of person, as well as it makes candidates stand out among the rest. Additionally, candidates should include their hobbies and interests as well as extracurricular and professional activities, because it reflects leadership quality, initiative nature and driving personality of a candidate. Next comes references. Actually, most of the company wants some reference number of known person of the candidate who can verify the honesty of the candidate. So, candidate can mention the name of past employer, research guide, his or her senior colleagues, or any eminent person holding responsible post. One more thing you should focus on, that person should be very reliable or trustworthy, because if he or she will give any negative feedback about the candidate, then they might be lose the chance of selection, and also that person should not be a blood relative of a candidate. Next, candidates should include about their personal details, and in this section you can include about father's name, mother's name, date of birth, nationality, languages known, etc. Next comes declaration part, and it should mention to acknowledge the validity and accuracy of the information included in resume. Now, at last, in the below side of the resume, candidate should mention the current date and place, also full name in the capital letter, and now you can see the writing format on the screen. Okay, apart from this, I am giving you few extra effective tips for drafting perfect resume, and that is, first, you can use a concise writing style. Second, you should be it should be well punctuated. Third, it should be fact based and must mention exact dates, years, address, email address, designation to ensure credibility. Fourth, it should be drafted in well format. Next, you should be focused on 7 C's of communication, that is clarity, completeness, correctness, conciseness, concreteness, and consideration. Next point, you should use the right keywords and also use bullet points to list responsibility and accomplishment. At last but not the least, you should use basic font that is easy to read both for hiring managers and for applicant management system. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you will like it. Please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon to follow it. And if you like this video, press the like button, and if you have any suggestion, please do comment and share it with your friends and family. Thank you.